for them?
I think it is wrong time for anybody to do any protest, because the implication of doing that, if care is not taken, is that it may be hijacked, like the NSAS experience, where criminals now hijacked and innocently conceived agitation by young Nigerians. So this is another kind of temptation that I think too, that those behind the protest, because they have not been able to come out openly to say they are behind it, there is something that is a motive that is yet to be unraveled.
The protest is a political protest. It's those of you who are worried that, yes, everybody is not happy that there's hunger, everybody is not happy that there's unemployment, but this unemployment was not started or was not created by this administration. And the administration is just trying to put things together, which of course will take some time. And I agree with Nigeria, when you're hungry like this, you don't want to, listen to anything again because you're hungry. But understand that somebody's trying to solve that problem of hunger. So let us not listen to political protests, political jobbers who just want to be popular.
Welcome to Dateline Abuja.
Good evening.
Good evening. So let's talk a bit about this protest. There has been so much said about the protest, but we do see a shift, especially from security agencies. We're seeing that they're moving the conversation from, oh, don't hold the protest, to, oh, we're deploying security to ensure that the protest is done properly, to ensure that everyone is safe during the protest. Talk to us about the conversations leading up to where we are right now as we look forward to August 1st.
So first and foremost, let me also commend the security agencies for realizing that the initial threats that they were making to brutally deal with the protesters, especially the peaceful protesters, was actually undermining the integrity of the Tinubu administration. And they are making, or rather they were making democratic reversal, as the president himself is someone who believes in democracy, and democracy gives opportunity for people to come out and express themselves lawfully, peacefully. Therefore, for anybody to come and say, what you are doing is illegal, or we will deal with you when you do that, you are actually undermining the president, who he so much believes in the democratic tenet.
Since you brought up the president, so let's talk a bit about something we've heard him say recently, that he himself is a protester. We know that he is one of the foremost protesters of this country. But there is an element that they keep talking about. He says everyone has a right to do this, express yourself. But they keep talking about the violence and it being hijacked. Both
myself as an individual and the organizations that I represent, we did not believe in any violence, because violence is not a solution. However, we insist and believe that government has the duty and responsibility to protect the protest itself, because it's part of the democratic tenet. And therefore, President knows very well, as Democrat, as somebody who participated in the previous protests, he knows the value and he knows the importance. So what I think, is happening now is that because the international community and because Nigerians are all watching and seeing these utterances by some, hired people to come and even bring religious connotation to it. Some people were even saying protest is anti-Islam, anti-Christianity. These are all things that Nigerians, as a result of this thing that some of these religious people are talking about, they've lost respect. Before you hear any scholar or religious leader, whether Muslim or Christians, is abused, it is difficult. Now, because they enter politics and because they are doing a dirty job of undermining the aspiration of Nigerians, people don't even regard them, they don't respect them. It's so sad. That is why it is important that our religious leaders, our traditional leaders, they should be guided and do things that are actually in the interest of Nigerians and the interest of the nation.
Another issue that we're hearing, just so we can, show up our time, is the fact that, this protest, what are the actual demands? People keep asking who are the leaders of the protest, what are their demands? And then there's ripples going on that this could be a replica of what happened in Kenya, one of the type of protests that could be some way of getting the president out of office. What do you make of that fear among some government officials? I'm
not aware that anybody is saying he will remove the president. You can't remove the president. How will you remove the president? I think these are all blackmail. These are all, talk that people are using just to undermine the legitimate right of Nigerians to come and express themselves.
Well, there is a hashtag, Tinubu must go. There is a hashtag.
That is for those who want to engage in that. But me, I'm talking about generally the right for Nigerians to protest. The government should take care of those people who want to do trouble. But those who want to, genuinely protest, government should actually guide them, provide security for them. And I think what government should worry itself, is to really ensure that, public safety, public properties are actually protected. And those who want to engage in any trouble, they should be isolated from the people that want to genuinely express their concern, because it is their democratic right, it is their constitutional right. So we should be in shorter terms, there should be a longer term or medium term solution. Every Nigerian that is reasonable, when he sees government is sincere about what they are doing to ameliorate the problems, I don't think anybody will want to say we want to embark on protest. But again, let me repeat that we did not support, we did not ascribe to anything violence or anything that people will hide under legitimate right of Nigerians to come and penetrate, because some people are also worried that some of the government officials are planting trouble to associate it with the protest. So we need to be very careful and be honest and sincere. Look, do you know that if Tinubu himself come out to join the protest, the protest will have been even, seen as a major success, in the sense that the president himself is worried. I
was going to get to that, because inside of all of this is the opportunity for the Tinubu administration to gain the trust of the people. Because young people, if you have a majority young people population and they're protesting, this is the second time we're seeing young people, at least in recent years, talking about, how their lives are not good, how they haven't felt the impact of governance, and they're coming out to speak up. How can the Tinubu administration use this as an opportunity to gain the trust of young people? That distrust is so potent that they don't even want to tell the presidency who is organizing it. They don't want anyone to be able to harass them. They have those feelings. So how can this presidency, change the narrative using this situation?
So I believe that Tinubu, as a Democrat, as somebody who also believes that he wants to leave legacy, he has a very good opportunity to use this concern that Nigerians are expressing. Look, you cannot suppress and repress this worry and concern that Nigerians are having. And that is what the mistakes some people are making. Young people should behave themselves responsibly. They should not engage in any violence or any destruction that will legitimize the claim that the so-called some government officials are making. So let them stay away from anything that is associated with violence or with any trouble. If they assemble and do this in peacefully and security escorted them to wherever they are going, I tell you, it will be successful, and that will have met the aspiration of people who want to say, look, let us ventilate this anger that we are going. People are still looting the nation, and you deprive people from social services, you deprive people from security, you deprive people from justice. Do you know that people don't want to even go to court now? They don't want to go to police station, because what they need there is completely outside what they expect to have, which is justice.
I want to thank you so much, Mr. Rafsanjani, for being with us on Dateline Abuja again.
Thank you.
And good luck with all the work you do, and greetings to everyone at Amnesty International.